Hi everybody, thanks for checking me out. New video already tonight. I just did one last night. I'm doing another one. So I'm Victor and this is the Spiritual Scientist channel. Thank you so much for checking this out. So to get right into it, there's two new Mandela effects I found out today. So I wanted to bring those out to you. The first one really is tripping me out. So to get right into it, the Himalayan giant honeybee, the world's largest honeybee, never heard of it before. Single adults can measure up to 3 centimeters, 1.2 inches in length. Okay, that's like a big bee. Before 1980, Apis dorsata laborosa was considered to be a subspecies of the wild Apis dorsai, the giant honeybee. By 1980, for almost 20 years thereafter, it was elevated to the rank of a separate species. Now it's classified once again as subspecies. So there, I'll show you a couple pictures. Limited to the Himalayas. Now it's in the mountainous region of Bhutan. Bhutan. So check this sucker out. So, and of course, they're very rare, and they're maybe going extinct. So that's the story, as it were, right now. The other thing about this is the Himalayan honeybee. So these guys that have to get the honeybee, they have to, my face is a little red, I just had a hot coffee, so, which is good, I'm going to speak fast. So, the Himalayan honeybee, the honey itself, they have to, like, there's a new movie out that came out not too long ago about, it's called I believe the title was The Last Bee, The Last Honey Catcher. So these guys, they go without, like, sometimes without ropes even, and they climb down these sheer rock cliff faces to get these to get the honey from these honeybees. And the honey, when you get it in a certain time of the year, the rhododendron flower, it pollinates with that flower, and when it pollinates with that one specific flower during this one time of the year, up the side of the cliff, it has hallucinogenic honey. So I've never heard of hallucinogenic honey before. What happens is, they say the regular dose for this honey is 2 to 3 tablespoons. Once you take it, you get you see, it said, the article I read about it said that it's like light and dark. So you see things and then you go almost blind, and then you don't see things, and then you see things, you don't see things, and a weird, like, nah 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 buzzing comes into your head when you get on this psychotropic hallucinogenic. And then what happens as well is your body gets paralyzed, but you're totally lucid, basically tripping out for 24 hours, and your body's totally paralyzed. Sounds like a fun time. Not really. But listen, I mean, I try to pay attention to things, especially, like having a shamanic background and looking into these kind of things. And I think I would be aware of hallucinogenic honey from honeybees. I mean, so I just heard about today, had to do a video. This is quite amazing. These honeybees, I'll show you a couple other pictures. What they said was, I saw a quick video of it, and I guess there's a whole movie out about it, that these honeybees, they try to wear a bee suit, like a bee catcher suit or whatever, so the bee doesn't, I'm probably saying that wrong, excuse me. So that outfit, so the bee doesn't sting you, and it goes right through it. So there's like no protection from these stingers. They just go right through. And it looks, I guess it looks like oh, here's one. Nepalese tribesmen risk their lives to harvest honey made by the giant. So look at this one. next to a regular honeybee. Then you get the idea of the size. I don't know how they got a regular honeybee to interact with this one and go into a video, but that's pretty crazy how they have these giant honeybees making hallucinogenic honey. Here's a picture of the Nepalese in Bhutan. He's up there getting the honey. Now, in this, it looks like, oh, he's just standing. Like in the picture, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to tilt it a little bit. In the picture, it looks like he's just standing there. No, he's like 3,000 feet above, sea level, and if not more, and he's just hanging in midair. And this guy has a rope, and he's just cutting off the honey, and they catch it, and they make the honey in this weird, I have to say, that circle. If you could see that, that's really strange how it comes off. So this whole thing is, totally trippy. And I never heard of it before. Here's a regular one, and there's this largest honeybee ever. This is amazing. So I just had to bring that up because I just coming off of some of the other ones I did before, which was a popular video about the love bug. Not Herbie the love bug, but it's one that bites. And then one of my viewers was mentioning to me that had stripes on the side, and I mentioned on the stripes it looked like on construction equipment where you see stripes to warn you for hazardous things. I thought it was interesting that it bites you and it could get you really ill, and that is the same stripes on something that's like construction equipment, which was very strange. So one of my other viewers, and I only do like 2 of these usually in a video at a time. I could talk for an hour, maybe I will sometime. This one is crazy. So it's okay, hold on your hats. This other one was crazy. And my face looks completely red, but that's what happens when I drink hot coffee. It's really hot. A river streams in the air. So now we have streams. They call it atmospheric river that's in the air itself. So in Wikipedia now, atmospheric river is a narrow corridor or filament of concentrated moisture in the atmosphere. Now before, we just had, there'd be just moisture in the atmosphere, or you'd say there's just moisture in the atmosphere. That's cloud, right? But no, now we have these, and this is just a few years ago, it seems to, now we have, consists of narrow bands of enhanced water vapor. They transport typically along boundaries between large areas of divergent surface airflow, including some frontal zones associated with extratropical cyclones that form over the oceans. They're calling it Pineapple Express storms, are the most commonly represented and recognized type of atmospheric rivers. They are given the name due to warm water vapor plumes originating in the Hawaiian tropics that follow the path towards California. But yet, they're mentioning California, but then now it's all around the earth. And now these rivers in the air, which are 275 to 300 miles across, once they touch the surface, they can turn into a storm or rain or even snow once they kind of touch surface. So now they're flowing around the earth, these atmospheric rivers. So I mean, I read a science fiction book where they said that there were these, and there was like low G planet, and the characters in it could go in. It was a really great book. Anybody interested, let me know, and I'll tell you what it is, but I don't want to take up your time with it. So the river would be, they were in almost 0 G, and the river would, have a current to it, and they would get in, and they would go from, one space to another. It was like there was nothing around it. So, I mean, I think what we might see soon is like fish in the air or some kind of creatures, that exist in it. So it's totally crazy that we have this. So there's these rivers, and here's a picture of atmospheric river in the air. So now we have rivers in the air, and here's the thing: they just graded them from category 1 to 5. So now they're saying that, oh, we just recently decided to categorize them, but yet I've never heard of them before. So this channel could be considered my total ignorance on, depending on point of view, ignorance on everything. But I tend to, I know my stuff. So I'm just going on the internet here, so you could see a couple of quick photos, and they say, now of course we had, they're showing this, which is just everybody's seen since grade school, that hot air hot air rises and everything else. Sure, the water cycle, things condense, understood. How an atmospheric river works. Here's the crazy part. Atmospheric rivers can carry as much water as 15 Mississippi rivers and can provide up to 50% of West Coast precipitation. So right now it's only on the West Coast, but yet I read another article that said they're all over the world. Atmospheric rivers tap moisture near Hawaii, transporting concentrated water vapor for thousands of miles. About 250 to 375 miles wide, 1 mile above the ocean, water vapor lifts the mountains. It cools and condenses, falling as rain or snow. So here's a picture, okay, so to get the idea. Now, I pay attention to all the Mandela effects, and one of the Mandela effects I noticed was, I believe it was Los Angeles. This was years ago. There were mountains in the background, a lot of pictures, and they weren't there before. So now, because there's mountains closer to certain places, now we're getting atmospheric rivers, maybe. It's just crazy. So, thought I'd bring it to your attention. And then the other thing is what I was watching, this other channel. I'll give them credit. I didn't come up with this one, and one of my viewers came up and told me atmospheric rivers. So if you want credit, and I'm all about that, I'll put your name in the comments. Some people don't like to get outed, but if you want credit, just let me know. I'll put your name in the comments, not a problem. Or in the next video I'll mention your name. If anybody wants to bring anything to me, I'm cool with that. I like people to get credit if you're looking for it. And boy, my face looks hot. Sorry about that. The other thing is, that Once Upon a Timeline, she mentioned, forgetting her name for the moment, I want to say Lucy. She mentioned Once Upon a Timeline that now we have different time zones, maybe within even the U.S. So it was only 3 different time zones. Now they're doing 50-minute intervals. Crazy, 50-minute intervals, and they've been like that for a while. That is completely insane. So this isn't the type of video where I'm going to go into too much, detail and theories, but I have some neat new theories that I'm sure you haven't come up with yourself that I'll be talking about maybe in some further on videos. So check for that. But I thought I'd come up with and talk about these ones. So giant honeybees that make hallucinogenic honey, and rivers that are now flowing in the sky. You can't make this up. Many times the amount of water that the Mississippi does. There's also, I'm hearing, there's cyclone bombs of, like in my last video, I did something where there was, I talked about the rain bombs. Now there's cyclone bombs. So, we're having, Mother Nature is attacking us with bombs and rivers and giant honeybees that can sting you and give you hallucinations. Crazy stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this quick video. Keeping this one short, sweet, and petite. Like, subscribe, share, leave any messages you like in the comments, and I do try to reply to all of them. Another thing that one of my viewers mentioned real briefly was, I was talking about the Oceania near California was California near Australia. It was Oceania, then it was Zealandia, with the new landmass that they discovered underneath the water. He was mentioning, I'll mention your name if you want, that it looked like underwater. It looked like a reversed, like England. So I was like, how would that, I guess, how does that make sense? That underwater continent, the 8th continent that they would discover, looks like Texas, not Texas, looks like England, like inverted. I'm like, what? So we have to get somebody to put it side by side. I haven't even done it yet. It's still, that would blow my mind if you had it side by side and you superimpose one the other, and if it was like exactly correct or close, it would be wild, wouldn't it? And what does that mean? Nothing. What could it mean? Nothing. It can't mean anything. I had to get those couple of crazy things out. So you can't make this stuff up if you tried, can you? So it'd be these giant bees making hallucinogenic honey. Want to put that in my Captain Crunch. Would you like some honey with your tea? Oh yeah, just the hallucinogenic kind. Oh yeah. So guy climbed up the mountain, Nepalese, mountain climbers to get it. It's insane. Anyway, thanks so much. Like, subscribe, share. I'll let you go do your thing. Have a great day. Bye.